What's good, citizens of Randomville? This week on the pod, the guys talk Patrick Mahomes, crazy stuff we seen on Instagram, family issues going on during the COVID and quarantine situation. Game time, Fresh Prince, Jamie Foxx, Martin, Wayne's brother. But first, before we get started, what's good, y'all? Welcome to Randomville. Apologize for last week. We had to skip an episode. A lot of us were busy, heading into the holiday weekend. So going to kick it off this week. We got Moses, Uncle Will, and John. We got the full crew here. We're about to kick it off on, what are we, week 10 now, I think, right?
10, yeah, this is 10.
Episode 10, right?
Yeah. Doing good. I mean, I enjoy it. I kind of miss you guys being gone for a week. So, what's going on with you guys? Anything new?
Been lonely. Same old for me, man. I mean, working, I've been watching a bunch of the old UFC Ultimate Fighter shows and stuff.
Season.
Because they've been showing a lot of that on social media for some reason. I was watching all the old ones, but that's about it, man.
Well, they don't got the three events a month they used to have, so I mean it's like they got to show something, right?
Yeah. Shit, I haven't watched that ever since the Diaz series. Remember the one with Diaz?
Oh yeah.
I think it was Nick Diaz.
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day. That was like the last one that I watched.
Yeah, that's probably the one that I watched too. And Brendan Schaub, I didn't even know that he was on Ultimate Fighter like from a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, because he does stand-up comedy now, and he's also a heavy podcaster. He's got like the Fighter and the Kid, the King and the Sting, and so he got
like Theo Vaughn, and he has one with the guy from Mad TV.
Brian Callen.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the last one? He has COVID.
Ooh, really?
Oh, really? Damn.
Yeah. So him and Brian went and did stand-up comedy in San Antonio, and when they got back, he like a couple of days after he got back from there, which his doctor I guess told him that he probably caught it before then, but when he got back from there a couple of days afterwards, he had like a fever. He couldn't taste anything. Like he was like anything he ate, he couldn't taste. And they were like, yeah, definitely. And you should come and get tested. He went and got tested positive, man, for COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, man. I was just saying, man, I was like, shit, man, the way things are going right now, it's almost like everybody's going to catch that shit at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, especially since they started opening things up, a lot of even California, we're, I don't want to say we're behind the curve, but we're kind of slowly taking it in other states. You can't really count Florida because Florida been open since the beginning.
That's a different thing.
Well, hey, San Diego's shutting down again tonight. There's 23 counties. San Diego's one of them at 12:01. Bars done. If the wine places, the pubs, if the restaurant has outdoor seating, they can serve only outdoors. But you figure most of those outdoor areas aren't that big to begin with. So what are they serving? 10, 15 customers max?
Yeah, there's a bar. I don't know if you remember, Mo, but there was like a bar that was right by my job. You remember that, Will? The Stouts?
Oh, yeah, Stouts right there.
Yeah, Stouts. You know how they have a patio area?
Yeah, they had like two tables out there.
And we had, I think a couple of Fridays ago, that probably had like a good 30 people like gathered around
outside in that area.
Yeah, outside in that little area.
Damn, man.
They were like hugging on each other, like like when friends haven't kicked it in a while.
Yeah.
Any other day, shit.
Yeah, they were just doing that all day over there, and I'm like,
yeah, man.
That's all COVID right there.
Well, don't forget, our beaches were open this past weekend, and that news channel, I told more about it. They showed news truck going north on 5. It looked like it was around Camp Pendleton.
Oh,
The traffic coming south,
Oh, I seen that.
bumper to bumper for
picture.
as far as you could see. But then I did see on, I think it was
Chris was
Friday.
like, "Don't come here."
They had, the signs out on the freeways. I think I saw it on the 52. I saw it on the 8 that said, and 8 and 15 said, beach parking lots closed due to COVID-19. But even if the parking lot's closed, people gonna find somewhere to park to get on the beach that's open.
Yo, it reminds me of when we would go to Camp Pendleton for July 4th. You would have to park like 2 miles away and walk to the beach.
The beach,
and you weren't the only one. Everybody, I mean, there was a line of people following you. You're basically in a group, so you can close all the parking lots you want. You know, they're gonna park 4 or 5 miles. Shoot, they'll just Uber. You know, and for an Uber driver, that's it, right? Just 2 miles.
Not only that, man. Not only that, you had to carry all your shit down there too.
Yeah, you got to carry all your shit, man.
Yeah, well, people do it because it's 4th of July and they think they need to go to the beach. So.
For some reason,
no thanks.
Yeah, we did some cleaning on the 4th of July, cleaning up, and then at about midday I was like, I'm done. I just want to, cook up some meat and get a drink, have a brew, and we just sat inside and watched TV and just chilled out, man. I was like, I'm not trying to take a risk to go to the beach. I knew it was open, especially here in San Diego. Like Moses said, I saw that on the news. I was like, we don't want y'all, man. Go back.
I tell you what, so the 4th was on Saturday. So we'll back it up to Friday, starting 14 days. So around the 20th, July 20th, we'll probably see a real big spike in cases here in San Diego. Yeah. We're going to become a new hotspot because LA was already a hotspot. Yeah. And all them fools, a bunch of them came down here. So
people,
I don't doubt it.
Listen, man.
I don't doubt it. 100% people gonna just be all over with this COVID stuff, man.
I know. Yeah, this 4th of July was it was definitely different in many ways. It wasn't the same feeling that you usually get every summer.
Yeah, and it was a lot of this whole year kind of goes back to the whole 2020. All the holidays land on like the weekend. They set up perfectly for like 3 days and 4 days. Like everyone's all excited about this year. It's July 4th was one of those things where like we got not everybody, but like my company, we had July 3rd off. You have July 4th, which is Saturday, and then you have July 5th on a Sunday to recover. It was like a perfect setup for a good weekend. But, because of everything that's going on, again, like Moses said, it's kind of one of those that just wasn't the same. It wasn't even real hype to it.
Yeah.
No, not really at all.
Yeah.
Well, there was some hype, but it wasn't really about the 4th of July as far as I'm concerned. It was about that
orange Fruit Loop.
Yeah, that Fruit Loop. There we go. Yeah,
the orange flavored Fruit Loop. The worst.
It's probably it's orange. It probably tastes like shit though. So yeah.
A fucking fruit land of beers.
So speaking about the Washington D.C. situation, y'all see the news on July 4th?
Which one?
Oh, about the Redskins?
The team changing the name or something?
A lot popped off on July 4th, but what I'm talking about specifically is Mr. Kanye West from Chi-Town is running for president.
Thinning out votes, man. Trying to thin out votes for his best friend.
That's just dumb. Anybody, anybody dumb enough to vote for him is just plain dumb.
What is he running as, though?
He would have to be independent or something. Yeah.
He hasn't even filed yet, though.
Yeah, he hasn't even filed a run yet. So it's just him running his mouth.
As usual.
Yeah, he just wants to he just wants to trend on social media.
Stay relevant.
Yeah, just trying to stay relevant, man.
Oh, it is goofy.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
And the sad part is people are gonna vote for him too.
The sad thing is, that's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
People were like, I'll vote for Ye. Like,
I'm already seeing the hashtag that he put out, the 2020 vision. That's his hashtag, dude.
No, we should take that
Pretty
hashtag
creative,
and flip it
though.
to something else. Yeah.
Pretty creative, man.
I was gonna
No,
say any vote that isn't for Biden is going towards Trump.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's going to thin out, man. Yeah,
That's what it's gonna be.
It's going to thin out, but man, that boy 45's in the hot seat though, man.
Yeah, no,
It
definitely.
gotta be burning. That shit gotta be burning up right now. Gotta be.
I'm waiting for him to go, dude.
He's gonna pop pretty soon, man.
Yeah. No, he's definitely in the hot seat. For multiple things.
Yeah.
That Russia shit though.
Yeah.
I'm super surprised ain't nobody come at him about that Russia stuff, man.
No,
Well, they keep changing the narrative I saw a little clip today where, there was 38 questions asked in the briefing today, and not a single one of them was about that. Not a single one. They started asking about NASCAR and banning banning the traitor flag and all that. It's like, hey, who cares? I mean, not really. I mean, hey, it's a flag. Hey, if you want to fly that traitor flag, go ahead. That's on you. It ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm not gonna let them have anything to do with me. Just
leave it to the Karens of the world.
Yeah. Let them deal with it.
Yo, speaking of Karens, you would think these Karens of the world would know better, because they're just popping up on cell phone video all the time. But
getting arrested now too.
Yeah, it just seems like they're going deeper and deeper. Like they just like figuring out even the word works because they showing up on social media. There was the one in San Diego about the one that didn't want to wear a mask in the Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
And then and that kid got a GoFundMe set up for him.
I saw it.
It's like
100K.
Oh my
It's like 100K.
Hey, yeah.
And now, did you see the news after?
Oh, she wants some of it. Yeah, she wants a piece of it. Yeah.
She wants a cut.
You're so
That's how
scandalous.
supreme Karen is, dude.
Yeah.
Karen's not playing.
They're not playing, man. They're trying to get some. They're trying to secure that bag,
I gotta admit, man. I mean, America is the most goofiest fucking country, dude. We live in the most goofiest society, dude. Ass backwards.
I seen this
Can't get priorities straight.
This cartoon on Instagram where it's aliens like, hey, did you see the latest episode of Earth?
Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah, I saw that one.
They're like, that is wild. Like,
I saw that one.
There's an old Eddie Griffin stand-up called Voodoo Child. And he goes into talking about aliens, how you could believe all this stuff exists and aliens don't exist. But then he said, you know why they don't come here? Because they're watching us. Like, they see us. And this was, I want to say this was back in the early 2000s. He was like, they see all the dumb stuff we doing. They ain't landing here.
I ain't trying to be part of that shit.
Yeah. It's like they fight over black and white. What do you think they're gonna do to us? Purple, I was like,
motherfuckers is biting ears and shit. And...
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That's like I like that one where they show Holyfield with just the mask just clipped over one ear.
Oh yeah.
Remember? In case somebody goes, hopefully people are old enough to get this.
Yeah.
Speaking of that. You know who was in San Diego yesterday?
Mike
Tyson was eating at fucking Shiki Ramen yesterday.
Oh, right.
My friend showed me a picture of the owner and him took a pic. It was in North Park. He was eating at North Park.
Damn.
Yeah.
I seen a video of him. I think it was the day before yesterday, and he was on like Venice Beach in front of a bunch of cameras, and he was
throwing the cage.
He was flipping like a shark cage.
Yeah.
And he started throwing like the lifeguard buoys and shit. He was like yelling at the camera.
Yeah, I wonder what that was for.
I know, man. That was it's got to be like an ad or some shit.
Well, don't forget he's trying to come back. So was it Tyson Fury says he wants some of that? No, he don't. He thinks he does, but he don't.
I don't know. He got the reach though.
Hey man, a lot of them had the reach and still went down.
I'm just worried about Tyson like fucking around and tearing his ACL or some shit,
Yeah, he getting up there.
Like that's like that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know about fighting, bro. Like maybe like a 2-rounder or some shit, you know?
A celebrity match.
I can see like an exhibition for like 5 rounds, but
Yeah, something short.
trying to go 12 with somebody. I don't think any fight that he would be in would last 12.
I don't either.
He would either throw someone. I mean, just knock him out in the first 5, or he would just get winded or hurt himself. You know. And that's sad to say because besides all the crazy stuff that he went through, I still hold Mike Tyson in that like greatest boxer conversation. And to say like, oh man, after like 5 or 6 he'd be winded. It sucks, but it's just
he might be.
That's a man of the people. That's a man of the people.
He is. He definitely is.
Makes his kids to school.
He got that no
take
limit.
His own kids to
that
school.
1999 no limit gear coming out from China.
Oh yeah.
Whatever it's called.
It was printed out on an HP printer.
China market or some shit.
China market.
Yeah, China market. Yeah. What is that anyway?
I don't know. When they like a week ago they announced like the partnership between him and them, and I was like, who is that? And I didn't even take the time to look it up. That's how
I looked it up. I saw some of the stuff, and a lot of like celebrities follow them. It was
really
weird.
Oh, really? What's up with that gear though, man? Like,
that's random.
That gear that they're promoting. Look,
remember Joe Boxer? Remember Joe Boxer?
Yeah, Joe Boxer. Yeah.
I remember they had the smiley face on the.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then they started doing that with the China market. I'm like, what? Reminded me of that.
It does kind of seem like boxers do always have like some tacky shit, you know?
Yeah. Have you ever seen the gear Roots of Fight?
Yeah, I love that.
That get
a couple things from them.
Yeah, I got some Tyson gear from Roots of Fight, and I love it. But I would think that would be an easy partnership.
I think he got his thing on there. I think he already has like a partnership.
Yeah, well, they use his name. Yeah. I think it'd be an easy transition to go full on like more training gear and stuff like that because they already have it set up. But
shit, Heinz ketchup is about to take off though.
Why's that?
Yeah.
With that boy Mahomes signing that $500 million fucking NFL deal. That's crazy, huh?
What was that? Like 530 something million.
Altogether, I think it was like 503 or some shit like for a 10-year contract.
Dang.
He ain't gonna play for one team for 10 years, man.
I don't know about the 10-year thing, man. I could see him signing like a 6-year deal or some shit.
Remember, this is an extension. So in 3 years, they'll rework that thing. I mean, something to talk about now. Keeps the Kansas City Chiefs pretty much relevant in the news, even though they're talking more about one player. I mean, think it's a 10-year contract extension. So he'll be reworking that deal. 3 years.
John Gruden. That John Gruden deal.
I bet John Gruden going, wait a minute. I got 100 million. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 million. I got screwed.
What's crazy is this is like the era of player entitlement, right? And so a lot of people like the tight end from the Browns is like, I want to trade, right? Jamal Adams is like, I want to trade. So it's crazy to see a player to be like, yeah, I'll sign an extension, 10 years. A lot of people, you look at like things like Kawhi and LeBron, where they're opting to sign for not less money, but shorter amounts of time, which by league rules is less money. It's just crazy to see somebody. That's what the first thing I thought was like. Why would somebody, especially in this time where, who knows what's going to happen to the Chiefs and the team, player-wise, right? But in 2 years, if they suck, is he still going to want to be a Chief, but he's locked in for 10 years?
Yes.
Yeah. That was, I think that was just an overblown contract, man. Like I get it, but damn, dude, 10 years, all that money.
Yeah, I don't see him. He ain't going to get all that money, and they're going to be redoing that deal here in 3 years.
Because it's like you got to consider, like, the potential for injury.
Oh, he already been injured, remember?
Yeah, he's already been injured. Yeah. So it's Like,
I mean, granted, he came back and won a Super Bowl. I'm not saying like he was injured and is not the same, but he won a Super Bowl. But still, I mean, you seen him go out, and luckily enough, it was amazing how his team hung in there, though.
Who's the backup? Who's our backup quarterback? Came in, played those 3 games, huh? Shit, I don't remember his name.
And that's exactly what I mean. It's amazing.
Trying to remember his name.
Nobody can think of the backup's name. Yeah.
I don't know his name.
His backup.
Number 99 by default.
Player 99.
Player 99. No name tape on the back. No name tape. What's the default? It's like 72 is the default rating.
Oh, there's.
Shit, I bet one of the Kansas City owners probably hit the lotto or some shit, man. Was like, hey, let's put some money down on what's his name?
And this is Mahomes' 4th year coming up on his. This is his 5th year in the league. This will be his 5th year.
I think this is his 5th because he sat his first.
Yeah, his first year he sat behind Smith. Yeah. Then he came in. So yeah, this is his 4th or 5th year. So he's young, man. Is he 25 yet? Right around 25. So they're trying to get the most they can out of him over at least out of the next, I say, top 5 years.
Yeah.
500 million. No, I don't know if he's worth that.
He's good though, man. He is. He is a baller.
Speaking of age, happy birthday, Zion, man. I didn't realize homeboy's only 20 years old. And,
Zion Williamson. Damn.
When they what was it? Bleacher Report said happy birthday, Zion. He turned 20 today. I was like, wait, what?
It's today?
No, I think it was yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I think it was yesterday. Remember, he was one and done in college, so he went to college at 17.
But
played
that
1 year.
Grown-ass man who bully balling people us last year is only 20 years old. He can't even drink. In New Orleans, he can't even drink.
I know, he can't even drink a legal beer, man. Damn. That's crazy.
You feel like a stepdaddy, though.
Calvin. Or Melvin.
Melvin, yeah. Let me tell you something, baby boy.
Just sneaking up behind Brandon Ingram.
Chokehold.
No.
Sneaking up behind Brandon Ingram. Didn't they just have the All-Star picks too? I think they just picked the All-Stars.
For basketball?
For the NBA. Yeah, for NBA.
Oh, I have no idea.
For next season?
Yeah, no, for this season.
They already passed it, no? That was
they already had the All-Star game.
I mean, man, I swear.
Oh, something.
Maybe I'm watching. You know what? It's 100%. It's not having any sports, and they just throw something on Bleacher Report.
I know.
Yeah. I'm like, what? Yeah. We doing the All-Star game?
Let's do it. Oh man. Pretty soon though, huh? They're gonna be playing on the 21st or something, or the 22nd.
At the end of this month, yeah.
Yeah.
They got scrimmages on the 20. Yeah, I think the 22nd.
That's what I heard. The scrimmages are coming out.
Yeah, and then I think July 31st is the first actual game of that whole setup.
Oh man.
We got the LA.
That's gonna be fun to watch, dude.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to watch.
It's gonna be fun to have just some good live sports.
Mm-hmm. For real, shit. I'm watching archives and shit, man.
I watched last night. I watched COVID cornhole, and they wear masks. They wearing masks the whole time, and the kids were sitting next to me. It makes it
what? That's pretty cool.
He said, "Is this on TV?" I was like, "Yes, it's on TV." He's like,
"I did live right now."
Yeah, he's like,
"Right now?"
Yeah, he's like,
"He's filming this.
Is this a sport?" I was like, "Boy, don't you get any ideas? You are not going to be a varsity letter in cornhole. I'm just letting you know." Right?
Oh damn.
I did see like a sick highlight from cornhole, like an improbable shot.
Hey, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah.
All good. Go ahead. Yeah, no. I watched one last night. The one I watched last night. They had. Hold on.
Oh, this will make it run in.
I watched one last night, and they had 3 bean bags around the hole where the edges were just touching right in the hole, and he had one more shot, and they're like, he has to hit it. You know, they try to make it all dramatic, like it's a sports movie, and they're like, he has to hit it right here for them all to go in. If he hits it right here, all 4 will go in. If he hits it anywhere over here, he's about to push him out the way. And I was like, it's not that serious. And then you see him just like underhand that thing and it drop, and all of them went in. I was like, that's a good shot. I was like, that's a good shot. Like you scored that many points off of one shot. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, I was watching that shit once too, and I was hella impressed, man. I was like, damn.
Yeah, because I'll be missing the board, so I mean.
Yeah, and it's almost like every time, they make it in the hole, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I can't really talk shit about cornhole. I used to watch a lot of poker on TV.
No, but that's
so it's like that's less like physical activity.
Less physical, yeah. At least these guys are
like, oh, he's got 2 aces. He's got 2 aces.
Yeah.
Check it out. He raised, John.
He does not know he is in trouble.
You see the dudes who be playing like mind games and shit with people, like the talkative, like Italians when they're on there and shit. That shit's funny.
Dude, that fool be reading cards though.
Yeah.
Like he'll call out your hand.
Yeah. Every time that he's on, man, I love watching that dude, man. He be fucking with people. Like hard.
I was working at the Wynn Casino, I think, one time as like their resident fucking guy. Like he used to play people heads up. Like he was
really?
Yeah, he used to play people heads up for like big money.
Oh damn.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was like a few years. That was probably 10 years ago when like poker was getting like really, really big.
Those dudes be making dough, huh?
Yeah, no, I was watching not World Series of Poker. What's the other one?
Crazy.
It's not the World Series of Poker. There's another one. I forget what it's called. But I was watching it the other night, and it was the final like 3, and the girl got taken out. She was 3rd place. She still made like I said $107 grand.
Oh my god,
yeah,
dude,
shit's crazy, dude.
Does it get taxed and shit or what?
Oh yeah,
definitely. They got to be getting taxed, dude.
That's
all right.
Dude.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. It's been a while since we played a game of poker.
I was just gonna say, summer's a good time. You can leave the garage door open, have a few brews. It'd be nice and chill at night.
I'm down.
Shit. That sounds good. Every time I play, I lose though.
Nah.
It only takes that one, Bo. I shouldn't be promoting.
I think what my problem is, every time I play, I drink too fast.
That'll do it.
I'm pretty sure that's what the issue is, man.
Because I'm gonna say the last time we played, I think, was we were camping last September. That's the last time I remember playing. That's the last time. I know I got the reminder from Uncle Henry the other day, and I didn't quite because it said something about the family reunion. I didn't pay attention. It said 2021 because we're not doing it this year. And at first it was throwing me off. I was like, wait a minute. I know we're not doing that thing this year. And I went back and looked like, oh, it's 2021. Not this year. What do you have
That's crazy.
man?
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, I'm going to miss it this year. I'm going to miss it. That's a good time.
I've grown to really like that shit, dude. Like,
right?
Every year too, man. Like what family has a family reunion every year?
Not just a family reunion, but that big of a thing.
Big thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big event, man.
Yeah.
How many people do you think are there every year?
I would say on average, we're right around at 110, 120. Now that one year, remember we did the big picture? There was like 100. I think Greg said, I think it was 155.
Damn.
A lot of food too, man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Woo.
I got the whole pig. I got the
pig.
It's like every year it gets a little bigger. It seems like not so much. Not sometimes not the number of people, but the stuff that people bring.
Well, the kids are getting
it's-
bigger too.
Yeah.
Oh
Some
no,
more tents.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah.
I seen Moses' video of Reese, and that boy looked like Zion. But yeah, just a few hours ago, Sean was laughing at something at the TV, and I had to do a double take.
To see who was laughing.
Who laughing in my house? Yeah, exactly. Like, when your voice get deep, boy. I was like, you better lighten up that laugh before I chop you in the throat. Fool.
Sean's what? Sean's 12?
12.
Yeah.
Hey, we just went and got him slippers the other day. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I told y'all he's a size 10. We went
We're
and got
at
him
Marshall's?
some slip-ons.
You take them to Marshall's?
No, we were at Walmart, and I was like, I need to get y'all some slippers. And boy tried on 10s. His toes were hanging over the edge, so I had to get him 11s.
Damn.
I'm done with this. I'm done with
Well,
this.
Reese wears a 13. Reese wears a 13.
Damn.
I told him he needed to get up, like, just skip 11, go straight to 12 so I can go to Ross.
Gosh.
You don't understand the deal I'm about to get him by growing, yeah.
That's funny.
Damn.
And we on that Costco tip because I cannot keep enough food in this house. Boys searching the cabinet every 5 minutes. And we just cleaned out our cabinet moving into the new place. And so, like, you can see everything clearly right now, and he's still going in there every 5 minutes. And I don't know where he think I'll get my money from, but he always come out with something to eat every 5 minutes. I'm like, boy, wait for lunch, man. Damn, drink some water.
I know. Got that in between meal snack.
Nah, they're like bodybuilders. You know, those folks eat throughout the day.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're like. Yeah, they're just constantly eating.
Like The Rock, man.
Speaking of eating, he comes out in the garage. He's eating. Reese.
Yeah, see? These kids grow too fast, man.
Yeah.
Reese about to tell Will to take the trash out.
Hey, Dad, you take the trash out?
That's
Trash
a
out,
good one.
please. Thank you.
That's a good one. John, in 5 years, Jalen will be what, 12?
Yeah.
No, he'll be 13.
Probably 13, yeah.
Yeah.
He's about to be out next month.
And you teaching him boxing, he'll be knocking you out.
I know, man. Hey, he put on a good, like, 8 pounds.
I know. He got a little hefty on him.
I was looking at pictures before COVID, and I'm like, dang, you were fucking skinny, frail and shit.
He quarantined like a motherfucker.
Yeah, you ain't allowed to go outside. You just eating. He gonna be like, Dad, I tied up the trash. Would you take it out?
Take it out. I'll be like, all right.
He's like, all right, I got
He'd
you.
be like, Daddy. He'd be like, Daddy. He'd be like, Daddy, want some eggs? Want some breakfast? Want some breakfast, Dad?
With the pan and the spatula? I got a little bit left over. I cooked too much.
Fucking boy, dude.
Hey, Dad, give me one of them Cokes out of the fridge on the top shelf.
Yeah, my kid's gonna do that to me because I always tell him, yo, give me a Coke Zero out the fridge out the garage, and they'll get up and go get it. 3 years from now, Mason gonna be like, hey, Dad, go get me a Coke Zero.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah. If you didn't have 20 pounds on me, boy. Kids are getting big, man. So yeah.
I saw a picture of Jaden and Kylie the other day. They were at the beach one day last week. Jaden's taller than Kylie now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Auntie Mona posted a picture. I was like, whoa. Damn, Jalen taller than his sister.
That's
And he
crazy.
plays
man.
ball too, right?
Think so.
Yeah,
I know Kylie does.
Yeah.
he plays basketball.
Then I saw little Greg. Well, little Greg. Greg is as tall as Reese. Jane and Greg's son.
Oh, damn.
Because he just had a birthday one day last week, I think. Because he's as tall as Reese, man. I was like, damn. Looking just like Brandon, too, man. Because his hair's all long. Look just like Brandon.
Yeah, I seen him at Plaza Bonito one time. Little guy.
You be roaming, huh?
Roman.
Roaming Plaza Bonita. Damn.
They are
I was
all
never
just
allowed to
getting
do
so
that.
big.
I was never allowed to do that.
Little Plaza?
No, I was never allowed to roam. Like my pops, I would tell my pops on a Thursday, hey, my friends are gonna go see a movie on a Saturday. Can I go with them? And they're like, what time does it start? I don't know, like noon 30. He's like, what time does it end? I was like, they don't tell you that in the newspaper. Back in the day, you had to look at the newspaper. And then he's like, how long is the movie? I was like 2 hours. All right, I'll be outside at 2:30. Like,
Yeah.
we were gonna walk around for a couple hours. No, you ain't doing that.
Do that.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like
my mama made the mistake of just letting me roam, man.
See?
And I ended up getting into a lot of shit, man. Too much shit, man.
Hey, thank God for the casinos. That's the only reason why I was able to roam.
Oh, shit.
Casinos let me roam at night. Up to no good.
Crazy, man. I miss those days, though. I miss those days of just being able to just do whatever the fuck you want, man.
No responsibility, right?
Yeah.
No responsibility.
Yeah, goddamn.
Like from one end of the city to the fucking next town.
Yeah, it ain't a thing either. You just like whatever. I'm down. I'm down to do it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now you can't more.
Not anymore.
We
Got
know
a bunch
too
of
much
weights. Just carry a bunch of weights.
Straight.
now.
All right,
y'all
so
say what's up? What's up?
I was gonna say, who here believes we're gonna actually have an NFL season? Because they're not gonna. Now it's they canceled preseason. So because what's the point of having a preseason if it's only going to be 2 games? Because it's Mo and I were talking about this earlier today. Is that okay? So the Chargers and the Broncos play. After the game's over, somebody tests
Chargers
positive.
Whoop that ass. Wait, hold on. After the Chargers
whip
whoop that ass.
that ass.
Carry on.
and then a player tests positive on whichever team, or maybe a player from each team. What do? Because everybody's around them. Because are they going to self quarantine both teams for 14 days?
Yeah, where does that?
How does that work?
Where does that fall into play?
I don't know. I just can't see it happening. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, but I somehow just don't see it. I just don't see us being able to have a season, and especially there's not going to be any fans in the stands, so it's going to be totally different than what we're all used to. Go ahead.
I think they're holding on to see how the rest of this NBA season plays out, right? Like this is the test. It's a little bit different because like the NBA players get put in this Walt Disney World bubble and they just play. But if I'm pretty sure how they see it is that if the NBA can play with no fans, the players just there, and the players take care of themselves that time, then let's continue the season and see how that works out, right? Because obviously they're going to be the NBA players are going to be tested before they come in the arena. Like, I mean, just not like COVID testing, but temperature, and check them out. But if that works out for them, then I could see them kind of trying to do the same model at the stadium, is test every player as they walk in, see if they have elevated temperature. Probably weekly COVID tests for all of them, just like. And I've seen that. I don't know if y'all seen how you get COVID tests, but
I've seen it. Yeah.
I am not one to take Q-tip up the nose that far. It's not for me. I definitely do want to get tested, but then again, like I see it, the Q-tip's like this long.
Yeah.
I see them get to where only this much of the Q-tip is
sticking out.
Yeah.
I'm afraid already.
That shit reminds me of the Egyptians, how they used to like.
When they embalm you.
Yeah, how they used to take the brains out of people, and they used to
pull it out through their nose,
stick something through their nose, and fucking pull out the brains. That shit is scary, bruh. It's like some fucking gladiator shit, dude. Like,
now I did see a
I'll just quarantine for 14 days. Fuck that test, yo.
a headline. I saw a headline today that says, I want to say it was in somewhere in Texas, where they're actually now using saliva versus having to stick that Q-tip into your brain. I'm like, to me that would make more sense.
How mad would you be if that shit came out the day after your fucking they stuck that fucking 9-inch Q-tip.
Q-tip up your
And they're
nose.
like, hey, you could have just spit on this. Fucking
That's right.
They're like, hey, the swab said that you were positive, but the
you,
up your nose said it was negative.
Oh.
Like,
I think that
what is it?
I think that'd be the worst one. Is like you got the one stuck up your nose,
Nose.
and then all of a sudden they just swab your mouth, and they're like,
like
positive.
why'd I do that shit first?
Yeah. I thought you said that one was more accurate.
Like, nah, man, I just said you do it.
You know, I've seen it where I've seen headlines and read stuff where someone takes it, you know, they take a test and it says positive. They take another test again, doing the same thing, it says negative. So why would I stick that? Why would I have that thing stuck into my brain? I just,
I've read.
It do look like it go into the brain, like it just touch the bottom of the brain.
It just keeps sticking it in right when you think it's done. It's like, nah, let's keep pushing.
It's just like, nope.
Hey, I'm mad at the whole NBA having the ring technology. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I see that.
What?
No,
Yeah,
what's the ring technology? What's that?
They got they're wearing these rings that detect if you have any symptoms or probably your temperature, probably.
Whoa.
Oh, okay.
And I think Serge Ibaka posted the ring the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I thought it was like kind of like a rumor at first, but it kind of sucks for them to have access to something like that.
And nobody else does.
It's out there,
Yeah.
available, but then like regular people can't get anything close to that. Like we gotta get the fucking Q-tips.
That shit would go good with my Apple Watch.
Yeah. Wearing that COVID ring.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Mo.
Text the motherfuckers on your COVID ring.
It's like texting like this.
Yeah. Like talking to your finger.
Yeah.
Oh.
You just whispering.
Yeah. Like,
Text,
hey,
baby.
Hey guys, I got some symptoms, yo.
Talking like a champ on that thing, dude.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy to fucking, to see what happens, man. Because I feel like it's just like everything is gonna be a test. Everything is gonna be a test. Like, you gotta see if it'll work. You gotta, even if they even make it to the damn finals. You know what I mean? If anybody gets a ring, they're gonna get one of them COVID rings. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, but everything's a test. I mean, even look at the modern day flu, right? The modern day flu, you get a flu shot, right? A flu vaccine. They always tell you it may not be the same strain that's hitting this year, right?
Yeah.
But what it does is it helps you fight against. It gives you better chances against fighting, and that's what the ring is for. That's what the quarantine's for. Giving everybody a better chance at not getting it and surviving if you did get it. So
that's true. That is true. Hopefully, hopefully the American technology can handle it can handle itself and help out people to kind of deal with the norm now. Because honestly, man, like I said earlier, this shit's normal now. Like, this is how it's gonna be for a minute, man. I mean, this shit ain't going away in a year. You know what I mean? This shit's gonna be here, man. We're gonna have this issue again in the off season of next year.
Yeah. Whatever new thing comes out, whatever new virus comes out, next year, it's gonna be, not that we'll be taking the same.
Yeah.
Not that we're gonna be taking the same precautions as we are now, but it's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Is when something hits like this, it's eye opening to see how the world has changed, like what we do when it comes to something like this. Now, moving forward, how are we gonna handle it as a country?
Yeah, 100%, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Speaking of handling things as a country, have you guys seen some of these new videos with the bouncing the beer on a basketball and then catching it?
What?
Yeah. I used to do that, man. I used to do that with like sodas and shit. I swear to God.
That's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. Like a 4-year-old
now-
came up with this game, you know?
I know. Like, wait a minute. You guys are jacking shit now.
But I also think it's like a waste, right? Like because I told you guys before, I kind of came off the diet during this COVID, but the only reason I don't have a beer very often, but I ain't trying to waste it bouncing on no basketball. I don't even care if it's a Corona.
I'm guessing these are cans that they're bouncing off the basketball.
No, someone will be doing
too.
bottles. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's crazy.
So they take a ball and they take a
put it on
bottle
top.
and hold it, and then let it go so that it bounces, and it bounces up there, and it like flips, and then you catch it, and then you drink it.
That's a waste of beer, man.
Yeah,
That's
it dumps out
that's
about
alcohol
half
abuse,
the
man.
fucking beer during the rotation.
That's alcohol abuse.
Yeah, for real, man. You better not do that shit with no craft beer. I'll whoop your ass.
Yo, what's funny is I was speaking of me moving. My younger brother, we just moved all his stuff in storage, and he had this big, heavy trash bag, just sounded like glass bottles. And I was like, "Yo, is this trash?" He's like, "No, that's my collection." And I was like, "Collection of what?" He has bottles of craft beer that he's drinking throughout the years, like. I want to say even the Ballast Points in there, but I remember seeing his house. He had shelves and shelves of these glass beer bottles of just craft beer, just all through the house. The boy had a whole like a construction bag, black trash bag full of these bottles.
It's about.
And I was like, "You trying to save this?" And he's like, "Yeah, those are memories." I was like, "Memories of what?"
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, we say all of our shit.
I know,
man.
God damn. Shit, you can build a house out of all the damn bottles. I've been through. Like hazies, double IPAs, IPAs, India Ale, India Pale Ale, Fruitlands.
Stop saying that, man. That's a bad memory for me, man. Whew.
That's beer.
Fruitlands is the truth.
We didn't get to talk about this. Y'all see that video of Haha Clinton Dix?
Which one? What do you do now?
With the bear? With the bear?
No.
Y'all ain't see that video?
No.
All right, hold on.
No, I don't think I
I thought it was in the group. I thought it was in the group one.
I'm gonna have to share my screen. Hold up.
I think I missed it. Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah. Where was he?
I'd fucking do the same thing, man.
That's like his car. That's like his carport at his house, bro.
Oh shit.
I thought he was at a gas station the whole time.
No, that's like at a carport at his house. He's riding a scooter around his house. Then
Homie ejected off his scooter with a parachute on.
He said, whoop.
Damn.
I would have done the same fucking thing, man.
Yeah. No, that's funny. That's crazy because, man, there's some other bear videos I've been seeing online, like in Russia and stuff, where people be messing with these bears, thinking they civilized or whatever, and the bears just like bite their hand and not let go. And so I totally side with him. Like I might have even just picked up the scooter and just threw that sucker at him. I ain't trying to mess around.
That shit's scary, man.
There, man.
Not a bear.
People yelling at the bears and then they be going away.
Yeah, I saw one where some 60-some-odd-year-old man. It was at I think it's at Yellowstone. At their campsite, the buffalo came up. Well, instead of him just, hey, the buffalo, they'll leave. He gonna run out there and try to scare him away. That was a bad idea.
What happened to him?
That flipped his ass up in there.
Tossed him.
Good for him, man.
Like, hey, leave him alone.
Good for him.
Don't be messing with them. Don't be messing with the wildlife, man. That's all I can say, man. Leave them alone. They'll go away.
Especially like the wildlife. Like you just gotta let them go, you know? Just
the ones that people don't really be fucking with, you know.
That's one thing I gotta say about the COVID situation is especially I've seen a lot of videos back in Hawaii. A lot of the wildlife is starting to come more out into where they weren't venturing.
Yeah, because people aren't out there anymore.
People aren't out. People are stuck in
Yeah.
the houses. People aren't venturing out. They're, especially national parks and stuff are all closed up. A lot of that natural, all this nature is just coming back out, and even things that I've seen, there's species that are showing up. People thought were extinct, but they're just showing up in the middle of the street now because the people ain't doing it. Yeah, I've been here all along.
I see like this cheetah-looking thing I've never seen in my life. Dude.
We got coyotes here. Where we at? Yeah, they come out at night. Man. Yeah, I was
making kills and shit.
I saw one the other day. I went to go throw away a cardboard box, and I'm like walking out to this big dumpster. And I'm like, it was a coyote. I was like, and just turn around and just walk like.
Turn your back on that motherfucker.
Yeah, I just walked quickly to my garage and just close that sucker.
Hey. So a lot of people that moved in that area, or is everything kind of empty still around there?
No, there's a lot of people moving in this area. We were actually, for our house, like housing development, we were like the last phase, second to last phase. But there is right across the street from me, right outside my front door, there's like new houses just being built. So like the frames just went up on some of them. So they're still building out here. But there's the whole community. There's a lot of people still already living in this community that have been here for even over a year. So like they were like some of the first ones to move in.
Gotcha.
And now they have some apartments like out in the front by our community where a bunch of people are starting to move in. So it's getting crowded over here. But no, overall it's a nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
So. We got that alleyway. Yo, we got that alleyway like you all got, where it's like all community, where all the garages face each other. Yeah. I've already, and I felt it because I already met a whole bunch of my neighbors just moving in, unloading stuff into my garage and just talking to a bunch of them like, hey, yo, we move in, yo, you ever see us barbecue? Just come on over. I usually got the fam over, so
be like us.
Yeah. So
well, hopefully you don't have the same type of issues in your neighborhood that we have over here.
Yeah. Be some crazy shit.
Hopefully.
I'll just keep it at that.
Yeah.
Hey, any update on your rack, your roof?
Yeah, what's up with that, bro?
So I tried calling them back because they never called me back, of course. And I tried calling them back, and they said that there's still like info that's processing or some shit like that, so they couldn't tell me anything.
In other words, they ain't gonna do shit. Yeah, that's pretty much what that means.
I tried really hard to sound as white as possible when I called them, but I guess they seen right through that shit, man. They smelled that. They smelled that Old Spice through the phone.
You gave me a name? Yeah.
I gave
Should have used your middle name, man.
I gotta have everybody else's name too.
Yeah. You gotta have that balance. Like you could be white, Moses.
Yeah, like Moses.
I don't know. Moses, man.
I should have told him your middle name, man. That would have got it.
Been over.
Yeah.
It was like, where do you live, sir?
Would have hung up on him.
What is your address?
We're coming over. We're on our way.
Speaking of one of our infamous hashtags that we use in our group chat, I don't know, Uncle Will probably ain't seen this, but I'm gonna bring this up and share screen. One of my favorite viral videos that happened this last week, Little Duval shared it. And so this girl got a shot collar on. Hold up.
I was looking at that going, wait, what's that on her neck?
Oh, hold up. I figured it out.
Man,
hold on, 1 second.
Her man's got a shot collar on her.
Let me go to
Oh, my God.
America, damn, these aliens must be like, yeah, I ain't trying to fuck with that shit. Put no shot collar.
I had this earlier.
That shit bugged me, dude. Like, that bugged the hell out of me. Like, watching that video, Like honestly, dude, I was just like, damn.
No, I
man.
haven't seen that, man. She got a
Okay,
shock
here.
collar on.
Here.
Are
Oh,
people
shoot.
really like?
All right.
That's just as bad as like a Tide Pod, dude. You know?
Oh, come on.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like throwing up. I'm not even kidding. Can I please get a large Coke? Oh, a large fries. Oh.
What the? All right.
No! Stop! Thank you.
God damn.
Okay.
White
That's just stupid. Okay.
I don't know why, but I watched that video like 20 times.
The first time I watched it, man, I got pissed. Like I did, like literally got mad. And then after a while, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of enjoying this dumbass get fucking.
Well, she's dumb enough to wear it, but she shouldn't be driving wearing that damn thing. Damn.
That was my first reaction. At first, when I watched it, I was like, "What?" Like I was like super like weirded out. Like what's going on? But then after like the third time, I'm just dying laughing, dude. I'm just like, who's dumb enough to put that on?
God, America is so goofy, man.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And one more time, speaking of America being goofy.
Oh shit.
This ain't gonna be good. Oh, I do it. Oh. Can I see that again?
Hold on, let's one more time.
I see that again.
Oh, man.
You know where she went wrong, right?
She stopped. What? She went wrong when she got her big ass up there on that roof. That's where she went wrong.
Hey, did you guys see the Ashley one?
Oh my goodness.
You saw the one that was like, oh my God, Ashley. she
Man.
jumped off the roof onto the trampoline and tried to jump into the pool.
Oh yeah, I
but
did
she
see
went
that one.
smack right into the
Like her feet like came out from underneath her,
Yeah,
and then
man.
she went head first into the side of the pool.
Dude was
Oh.
like, oh my God, Ashley.
Hold on, I'm gonna find that one because I like that one too. Here we go.
Jeez.
Terrible.
Now you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go find those, man.
Terrible.
Here you go.
Ashley.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Took that like a G.
Oh my god.
The worst part is it's like all rock.
I know.
They didn't plan for it. It's like all rock right there next to the pool. Like
I was thinking it was an in-ground pool too. I mean, she would have made it in an in-ground pool, but she had no chance of making that one.
Whoa. She did not know she was gonna hit the side of the pool. I can tell you
No.
that.
But wouldn't you put the pool and move it towards or the trampoline towards the pool?
right next to the pool.
Like you're not gonna like be short on the jump.
It was misjudged, dude.
I'm wrong for that, man.
It was misjudged.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a whole stunt.
All right.
Jesus, Ashley. Yeah.
That shouldn't be that funny to watch, at their pain. But damn, if you're that dumb to do that, I'm gonna laugh at you. I'm sorry. You do something stupid, I'm gonna laugh at your ass. I'm sorry. She deserves every. Oh,
I'm
laughing till I'm crying.
Woo. And that's the whole thing is why these clips stand out in my mind is the first time I seen them, I feel bad. Like, dang, she got hurt. But then after like the second, third, fourth time, I start analyzing like, why you dumbass up on top of that roof? Like, why you think you could jump off the trampoline into the pool, or why you think you can jump from the roof?
Hey, you don't see no black folks doing that kind of shit, man. I mean, I'm just saying.
I haven't seen it. I mean, I'm sure they do, but I haven't seen it.
All right, so I'm gonna do a time check. We coming into an hour, so we gotta move along. We gonna come up to our game time. So game time, y'all. Game time. So we gonna keep it up. Everyone kind of likes this. One's gotta go. So we're going to keep it up with Game Time, and we're going to do 90s black comedy shows. All right. So we represented for them the 90 through 99s. All right. We're going to start off with, obviously, probably the top favorite is, the number one runner is going to be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Then we go with the Jamie Foxx Show. We go with Martin. And last but not least, we're going to throw in the Wayans Brothers. So those are your 4 choices. All right.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
This is a tough one.
So actually, I had a little bit easier, but John down here, I think is how we're recording it. John down here wanted to make it a little bit harder and throw in a substitute for one of the ones I had in. Yeah, he threw in the Fresh Prince for one of my other ones. So we're going to see how this plays out.
Okay.
So since John made the substitute, I'm going to let John go first. John, what's your number one keeper?
Man, this one major tough. But I had to pick the Fresh Prince, dude. Fresh Prince taught, I think, everybody like a lot of lessons on just like life period. You know what I mean? Like taught hella life lessons. I know it wasn't like comedy too. Like comedy shit was hella funny, but at the same time he learned some lessons up in Fresh Prince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, and there's a lot of episodes in there where they still use that comedy aspect, but they did a lot to bring light of social issues, and a lot of it could be used today. A lot of those episodes could be used today on some of those social issues. And
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
True.
And so I agree with you. It definitely hit home. Thinking about how much I thought I learned, from just watching Fresh Prince. So it's good number one keeper.
Yes, sir.
All right, Uncle Will, what's your number one keeper?
Ooh, it's a tough one. I'm gonna go with John. I'm gonna say the Fresh Prince. I had another one, but I'm gonna go with Fresh Prince again because it again, they dealt with social issues, but to me, the comedy aspect of it it showed 2 sides of Will Smith. It showed his comedic timing, but there was also times where it showed him to be, actually a true craftsman, a true actor, because he had those scenes where he was acting.
He did that.
He did that, and it's so easy to see when I think about some of those episodes, him transitioning into being one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood.
That dad scene.
How come you don't
Yeah,
want
the dad
me,
scene.
man?
Yeah, that's the one that pops in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah. The DJ Jazzy Jeff.
When you get thrown out the door?
Getting tossed out.
Oh,
It'd be like a dead body, like a little.
yeah.
The scene that I always think about
beat up
is
first.
when they racially profiled him and
Carlton. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a good scene, like how Uncle Phil came and kind of stood by the side, and one of the things a lot of people don't talk about when it comes to Fresh Prince is you saw Uncle Phil, who was a black man in America, but made it in a field where he was a major minority. Not a lot of people saw back in the day. Not a lot of people thought of black people as judges, and moving through the justice system like he did.
Okay, good.
And so, I know that played into them living in Bel Air, but it's one of those things where it was kind of representation of, if you want to go there, you can. So that was one of the things.
Hell yeah.
All right, Mo, what's your number one keeper?
Well, I'm going with the Fresh Prince, of course. Everything, man, like you guys were saying, just the social issues to the comedy and also the issues at home. You know what I mean? The father figure role that Uncle Phil played. I think he was everybody's TV dad for a while.
Yeah.
Regardless of age, and not only with Will Smith, like Alfonso, is that his name?
Yeah, Alfonso Ribeiro.
Yeah, Carlton, and everybody else, man. Everybody played like a crucial role in that, and I couldn't see anybody else playing it except for the Aunt Viv situation. Where
I was about to say.
Where they kept changing them out. Like, it was so weird because both of them fit so well into that role. Like that was such a natural show. Like, that's how I felt. It was so like it was organic to the soul. You know what I mean? Like, you couldn't hate on that show at all. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, if you did, you're racist. You know what I mean? That's the only reason.
That's the only reason you did not watch that show. No, but not to go off topic, but have you seen the Aunt Jemima where they changed the name and it's for the original Aunt Jemima it says Aunt Viv and it has the first Aunt Viv and then it says when it says light it has the second Aunt Viv.
The light skin.
That's messed up.
I haven't seen that.
I hadn't seen that one. That's crazy.
That's a good one. All right, no, I definitely agree with y'all. Fresh Prince is definitely in the top. But for my number one, I'm gonna have to go against the grain here, and I'm gonna have to pick Martin.
I had a feeling you were gonna do that.
So Martin holds. So Fresh Prince is kind of on that cusp where it was kind of a family show. You could watch it. It was. I think it was in a good time slot where if your parents allowed you to stay up, you could watch it together as a family. Whereas Martin, when I got to see that live, I felt like I was cheating the system, right? Like I was watching the nighttime show that was made for adults. Me and my friends at the time came together. We would laugh about the previous night's brand new episode. And if you didn't see it, man, when you left out that conversation, like you were not.
That shit hurts.
Yeah, like and for all the viewers out there, just know we didn't have this DVR on demand kind of thing.
Nah, if you missed it, you missed it.
If you missed it, you might not even get to see it next week. Like there's a new episode coming out next week. So if you missed it, like you almost missed it for like a whole season. Like there was no reruns.
You always gotta wait until that 1 week of rerun
marathon.
Yeah. Like a year later or some
exactly. Or you wait for the summer when we're not filming new stuff, and so you get like repeats.
The off season.
So and Martin Lawrence is a big part of kind of my love for stand-up comedy. He was come up in Def Comedy Jam, and I even bought his comedy CDs, like where it's just audio. You don't even get to watch the dude. But
oh damn.
He had like three or four comedy CDs before, right after he got big on Def Comedy Jam, and so I was big on that. And
well, remember Martin was also in Do the Right Thing.
No, he was.
He had a bit part.
No, yeah. Martin had was in a lot of things. If you go back, you look at like some of the little parts that he played in different movies and shows. He was definitely out there, just kind of making a name for himself. Yeah.
He was in a house party.
He was the DJ. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the DJ.
Bilal with the stinky breath.
Yeah.
Where he always,
but
like checking his breath.
How many? Think about on the Martin show. How many different characters did he play? Okay. There was I think it was 9. No, because remember he was Jerome. He was
Wanda.
He was Wanda. No, he was his mom.
Shanae.
He played his mom. He played Shanae. He played Dragonfly Jones. He played White Boy Bob.
Yeah, Bob. Bob from marketing.
Yeah, from marketing. He played Roscoe, the little boy.
Yeah.
Old man Otis.
And wait, did you say Jerome already?
Yeah, it was Jerome. That's my first one, Jerome. I think it's like 7 to 9 characters. I'm missing one. There's somebody I'm missing. I can't remember who it is. But the dude played all those different roles in that one show. Because to me, it sucked if I didn't get to see either him playing his mom, or him playing Jerome.
Yeah.
Because Jerome's probably my favorite one. I think Jerome's probably him and Roscoe. Roscoe with the snot running down, man, them boogers.
And he's sitting on his knees.
He's sitting on his knees. Yeah.
No, and speaking of characters, Shanae was definely.
She's a good one too. Oh yeah.
She was definitely a pillar in that show. If you don't have Shanae, half of the stuff Martin talked about didn't even happen because she was living right across the way.
Oh.
So that's my number one keeper. Oh, all right, Uncle Will. What's your number 2, Uncle Will?
My number 2 is gonna be Martin. That's my number 2. For the reasons we already talked about, and then a whole bunch more, man. The dude is he's comic genius, man.
Yeah.
True.
And I hear they're trying to do a reboot. I don't know how they're gonna do it without Thomas Michael Ford. You know, he passed away a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, who's gonna play that part, or they do something where that character would no longer be a part of the show. You know, he died or went away or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, and on that note,
I don't know how I feel about making a reboot.
I'm not all sold on all these reboots. Like,
Yeah.
at one point you
a
gotta
lot
give
of
it up.
things are better off just left alone, man.
Yeah. Like the Ninja Turtles. Like,
Yeah.
stay out of it, Michael Bay. You know.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody want to see your version. Anyways, all right. All right, Mo. What's your number 2 keeper?
Man, I'm gonna go against the grain a little bit on this one too. Only because of the fact that I used to watch more of it. I'm not sure exactly why, but I know I used to watch a lot of Martin as well. But Jamie Foxx, man, that fucking show, man. I feel like his comedy was up there with Martin's too. Just not as much, not quite as much, but it was up there too, man. He had a different way of presenting his comedy, you know, and he's still in the game too, you know.
Yeah.
Martin. I mean, what was the last thing that he did? He did
Bad Boys 3.
Bad Boys for Life. Yeah.
Yeah, Bad Boys for Life. Yep.
Like prior to that.
Yeah, it's Jamie Foxx, man. Jamie Foxx cracks me up, man. I don't know.
Yeah, he's still super active. Yeah, I mean, he's out there, you know, singles. He's out there making music. He's out there putting together movies.
When he started making music, man, I couldn't take him seriously. Like I thought his music was funny, you know. But after a while, of course, I was like, okay, this dude is like really doing it now because he was consistent with it, you know. Eddie Murphy tried to do that shit too.
Yeah, but he didn't have the singing chops of a Jamie Foxx. I mean, not even close. Eddie Murphy's funny as all, but not even the singing chops. Not even close, man.
But I did get down to Eddie Murphy's. What was that? Like 2014. His reggae song with Snoop Dogg.
That was pretty dope.
Yeah, I was down with that. Yeah. And I want to say right about that in 2013, 2014. I've always been into reggae, but I got super heavy into it because of the band Catch a Fire. I don't know what happened, but I saw them live, and I just wanted to dig deeper into that. And so right about then, that's when Eddie Murphy came out with that song, and I was like, yo, I'm kind of feeling this song. So,
Snoop and
Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Eddie Murphy and a reggae song.
On the album, Snoop Lion.
Oh yeah, it was Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion,
I gotta look that one up.
You gotta check it out, man. It's pretty good. It's actually a pretty dope reggae song.
Is it better than Party All the Time though?
I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
I heard it. Yeah, no, I heard it. I thought it was better. It's a little better, yeah. Because Party All the Time was like a joke song to me. I don't know why, man. I thought it was like a joke. I don't know. Looking at the video.
Well, Uncle Will, you witnessed the release of both songs live, so I mean, you was like, you're like, you bought the 45 single of Party All the Time, and you got the stream, the red light,
Those are on CDs, man. They had CDs back. They had CDs by that time, man.
They had those CDs at Party All the Time.
Yeah, they did, man. Party All the Time.
You got it remastered.
He got Party All the Time on A-Track, trying to put it in his car.
A-Track.
What was that Undercover Brother? We had the record player on his dashboard or something.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was Eddie Griffin, wasn't it?
Yeah, Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, Undercover Brother. It reminded me of Uncle Will back in his heyday. Take out a whole record and put it on his dashboard. All right, John. What you got as your number 2 keeper?
I'm gonna go with Martin because that's just like one of my favorite comedians. Like Dragonfly Jones, I'll go back and like show my kids like Dragonfly Jones, and like I'll fucking crack up laughing at him, like getting his ass whooped every time. by a dude that he claims.
Yeah, Martin was funny as hell, dude.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
No, yeah, he definitely made a show that and I don't even know how many seasons, but it's a forever show. Like it still holds weight nowadays. Most of these shows kind of. Actually, all 4 of these shows I want to say you could watch nowadays and still get a good laugh out of them. So.
And the funny thing, I had met Tommy. I was working at in Lakewood Mall in Long Beach, and I met Tommy one day.
Oh shit!
And I felt bad because I was like, "Fuck!" Like I was like, "You're Tommy." Like I don't know your real name, but his real name is Thomas. Yeah, Thomas. Yeah. I forget.
Feeling bad for no reason and shit.
Yeah, and I was like, "Fuck, I feel bad. Like I fucking know you as Tommy." And he's like, "Yeah, it's Thomas." I'm like, I feel fucking stupid now.
Like, dude,
you playing a joke on me.
Yeah,
like, what does your mama call you though?
Yeah. What's your government? And what's your job? Like, what's your real? That's the funniest shit that was slept on. Was like him not having a job.
Yeah.
And like them always having a joke about that shit.
He's like, I got a job. Y'all know what I do.
Dude.
He was a dope man. The whole time he was a dope man.
Must have been shit.
He was the boss man. That's how I saw it. He was the boss man. All right. So my number 2 keeper, not the obvious choice. I'm gonna have to keep the Wayans brothers.
Wow.
It was kind of the continuation of just, I won't say sketch comedy, but they kind of continued on that In Living Color legacy with them, being brothers, and then having Pops on there and just having like these crazy antics throughout the show. And I can't get over. I still watch that stuff when it's come on BET. I still just throw it on and just watch like 10 episodes in a row. And it's just funny. And I don't know if it's because I want to say it was like one of the last like black sitcom comedies that I could think.
It was newer generation for. Yeah. It was like
yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, like if you say now, like nowadays, I couldn't tell you what comedy show matches up to any one of these. Like what comedy show nowadays matches up with like Fresh Prince, Jamie Foxx, Martin?
I'm gonna say Blackish.
Or
I've never actually watched Blackish.
Well, it's on Hulu, so you can stream it. It's good, man. Yeah, Blackish show. I like that. Which one did you say, Mo?
My Wife and Kids.
My Wife and that was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. I'm glad you didn't put that one on. That have made it really hard. Yeah. Thanks for not doing that. I appreciate it. Whatever.
Oh, don't worry. We got more of these coming. So.
Yeah, but you didn't put it on this list.
On this list.
Yeah.
I'm thinking one's got to go Wayne's Family Edition.
Yeah.
We'll be here all night, man.
We'll be here all night. Yeah. All right.
I like the dynamic between in the Wayans brothers between Pops and his 2 sons. Yeah. It was more like he was their father, but there were times he was like the older brother who was just a little bit goofy.
And that's the thing is, rest in peace, John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
It's sad that he's gone. Everyone knows him as Pops, whether it's from Wayans Brothers, it's from Friday, it's from anything else he's ever been in. Everyone knows him as Pops, I don't know if y'all know this. His son actually does stand-up comedy. He's pretty
and sound just like him.
Yeah. When he does it,
like a younger version. A younger version. Yep.
Yeah. Sure. And so it's funny because one of the last podcasts he did was the Joe Rogan show.
Yeah, with his dad. They were both on there. Yeah, I saw that one.
On there.
Yeah.
And he kept saying, "Man, I gotta go to the bathroom, Joe." Joe. They kept going. They kept getting in the conversation, and he's like, "You know what, Joe? I'm just gonna go to the bathroom. You talking to my son? I'm just gonna go to the bathroom." But yeah, so that's the whole thing. Is like, that's one of those things where you got Pops in there. Is you even take it back to Boomerang days. He was the dad in Boomerang.
Yeah. Another TV dad, man.
Yeah. He was just out there, and that's why I got to keep it because that's one of those things you just know Pops from.
And Friday.
Yeah.
Well, all the
better put some water on it.
Better put some water on that damn shit.
I'm about to turn into that with my kids.
Better try to beat your meat. Better hurry up, son. I ain't got no time to beat your meat.
All right, Mo. What's your kicker, Mo? What's your kicker?
Oh man, I gotta kick out. God, man, I gotta kick out the Wayans bros. I mean, Martin was Martin, man. I mean, he could have been at the top of the list, but there's reasons of my own, like personal reasons. But Wayans Bros was another one that we would watch a lot, but not as much as we would watch Martin. You know what I mean? So but when I think of the Wayans Bros, I don't really think of that show. I think of their movies and all that, you know, and then in Living Color too. That was one that I think about more than I do their show. But I gotta go with Martin on this one. Give the boot to good old Damon and Damon and them.
Damon and them.
They're funny as hell though, man.
They are.
Don't get me wrong, dude. Those dudes are comedy. Pure comedy. Original, unique, authentic, like comedy too.
Yeah, but I wouldn't give all their movies that much credit.
Oh yeah.
Not all of them.
Yeah, not all of them. They took a lot of shots, let's just say.
Yeah. Yo, and I can't get mad at them for taking a shot. They took a shot.
Exactly.
Some of them didn't make it, but you know, some of them did. So, all right, John, what's your kicker?
I gotta go with Mo and get rid of the Wayans brothers too. I'm keeping Jamie Foxx because that shit was just too funny with Braxton. Braxton cracked me up on that show, like fucking like with the shit that he says, like broham, like pick up the words like broham.
Word a lot.
And he's like, look here, broham. When Ice Cube was on the show, this fool called them ice cubicles.
listen here, ice cubicles.
I mean, like all of them were on that same network, which was like the Warner Brothers, right?
WB
shows. I remember that. Jamie Foxx just had me dying, dude.
Yeah, he's too funny.
And Fancy was easy on the eyes too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Word up.
You can't talk about Jamie Foxx and you not talk about
Fancy. Yeah.
No can do.
All right, Uncle Will, what's your kicker?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Wayans brothers got to go bye. I can't get rid of Jamie, man. So no, Wayans brothers funny. They're good. Those the Prince, Fox, and Martin. Those are my top three, man. Wayans, not much love for them, but in this group, they're the ones that got to go bye for me.
I feel it.
Man, that's the majority vote right now is Wayans brother, and I have to go against the grain again because I cannot get rid of Fresh Prince for all the reasons we have already talked about, and that's one of those shows where I was tuned in every night for the new episodes and seeing almost every show, you know, when it premiered, and then seeing every show as it's syndicated through like Nick at Night, and even it was even on like WB or I think it was like KTLA would used to show them in the afternoons or whatever. So,
and like TNT too.
Yeah, and TBS had them, and everybody's showing Fresh Prince, and so I can't get rid of Fresh Prince. So unfortunately, I'm sorry, Fancy. I gotta get rid of Jamie Foxx.
Jamie going bye.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of Jamie Foxx. It's not that I didn't enjoy the show. I just, you know, thinking back on my time, I couldn't be there for every show where, you know, and I'm going to be honest with y'all, I probably haven't seen every episode of Jamie Foxx show, even though it's probably streaming on anything that I look it up on, but I haven't seen it. I love Jamie Foxx. I love his body of work, but I'm going to be honest, I probably wouldn't miss it if the Jamie Foxx show wasn't on the list, so... as long as he keep doing Booty Call and Django, I'm good.
That pretty soon it's gonna be Mike Tyson too.
Yeah, and pretty soon I'm gonna put him up there with Mike Tyson. You know, like it's gonna be, I don't know how It's like Booty Call and you know. I keep putting it up there. No, actually, that's one of those movies where I had to buy on DVD. And, you know, it's like I sought out for it because it's one of those movies where I laugh constantly. So as long as we don't get rid of that, I can do without the Jamie Foxx show. So. All right, that's been another episode of Randomville. We're going to wrap up. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I appreciate the love. We getting comments and stuff. Unfortunately, ain't nobody comment about anything they want us to talk about. Please, if you're a fan of the show, send us the comment. Let us know.
Drop it in there.
Yeah, drop it in the comments. Subscribe. By the way, if you haven't seen on the Instagram account or if you haven't heard, we are on all streaming platforms on audio versions. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google Podcasts. So, and if you use Anchor.fm, we are on Anchor.fm. So, come out, listen. The audio version's out there. You can put it on, 1.5 times speed. That's how I listen to all my podcasts. Please just, give us a listen, give us a subscribe. Give us a rating. We appreciate it. If you like the pod, become a member, become a citizen of Randomville. So on that note, Uncle Will, you got anything to say before we head out?
Yeah, just tell everybody, hey, be safe. It's sad to say, I think it's going to get, in regards to this COVID-19, it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. But everybody take care of each other, and more importantly, be kind to one another. To one love.
John, you got anything before we head out?
Yeah. Don't vote for Kanye. Whatever you do,
Please.
Don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Please don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
All right. How about you, Mo? You got anything to say before we head out?
Man, just keep it real, y'all. Keep your facts right. Keep your life going. Take care of the people around you. And consider the other people around you. Word up.
Yeah, appreciate it. All right, everyone, thanks for coming out. Everyone, thanks for listening. Appreciate all you citizens of Randomville coming out listening to our podcast. As always, you can come to our Instagram page or our YouTube page, and you can find all our links to our social media. Follow all the guys that have one, especially John's TikTok. It's a hoot. Anyways, I appreciate y'all coming out. Have a good evening. See y'all later.
All right. Be good, everybody.
What's good, citizens of Randomville? I appreciate y'all coming out, listening, taking a watch. If you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, ring that bell so you're notified when any of the new episodes come out. If you're on your favorite audio streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, anything else that we're posted on, give us a subscribe, leave some comments, rate our podcast. Whether it be 5 stars or 3 stars, hit us up. Let us know what you like, what you don't like. Maybe we change the format of the show. We all about, the community that we serve in. We're very humble about that. We know that we're doing this for the citizens of Randomville. So you come out and let us know what's up. As always, through blood or bond, one love, fam. Have a good night.